What's up guys, I've finally had a chance to play a little bit of Season 2 and I wanted to give some initial thoughts on everything new in the game. Let's start with our favorite type of content, customization. With Season 2's new customization options, we can finally bring back the classic Kaptain Karizzma look, and he looks better than ever. We have a brand new battle pass to grind, as well as an event pass these next 2 weeks. Speaking of which, let's cover some of the bigger items on the battle pass. On level 6, you will unlock the Rakshas armor core. If you're wondering why I'm saying it like that, it's because Rakshas is actually a Sanskrit and Hindi word, and it means demon. So unless this is a really wild coincidence, it's a really nice nod towards the name Spartans, particularly Master Chief, receives in the game.
Demon.
As someone who understands Hindi, I just wanted to bring that up as I haven't seen anyone else in the Halo community talk about it yet. On that topic, the 5th unlock of the event pass is a Shikari helmet, which is also a Hindi word and translates to the word hunter. As Spartan Agrina said in the Season 2 opening cutscene, the lone wolves are back, quote unquote, from the hunt.
Back from the hunt.
So that's a pretty cool reference as well. I dig the design of the helmet, it sort of reminds me of Bumblebee from Transformers. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyways, back to the battle pass. At level 50 we have a new AI. It's a banished AI that Spartan Din has brought back from their hunt. I won't go too much into the detail of the story, but this is basically the first time we've gotten a non-human AI. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to unlocking it and listening to all its voice lines. Everything else in the battle pass is pretty standard with helmets, coatings, emblems, and armor pieces. I think everyone has their eyes on the elite shoulder attachments. I mean, just look at them, they're totally badass. Premium Battle Pass owners also have a chance to earn in-game credits to use in the store, so that's a pretty good addition as well. Overall, a very solid improvement over the Season 1 Battle Pass. It isn't as littered with double XP boosts and challenge swaps as the first one was, and there's actually a lot of in-game items to be unlocked. Next, let's talk about the brand new game mode which is in the main spotlight for Season 2, Last Spartan Standing. This was the mode I was most looking forward to playing, and for the most part, I'm having a lot of fun in the game. It does need some minor game balancing tweaks in my opinion though. For example, I think the number of drop pods with power-ups need to be reduced. As it stands now, there are way too many of them, and things can get really chaotic. The danger zone also needs to close in faster. I think I've only had one game where the danger zone was a serious threat towards me and my opponent. I think if we can get the danger zone to close in earlier, it can raise the stakes and make the game more exciting. I'm also worried about the longevity of this game mode. In order for the game mode to thrive, we would need some map variety and some variations on the game mode as well. As it stands now, the game mode is only available to play on the map breaker, so things can get a bit repetitive. And for the game modes, maybe 343 can add variations with different weapon sets. Maybe throw in the pulse carbine or some other weapons just to mix it up a bit, you know. One thing nobody was really expecting was the addition of weapon variants from the campaign being added to BTB. That's right, as of Season 2, loot caves in BTB will have weapon variants from the campaign inside them. This is seriously a fantastic addition to the game. I know I personally rarely used to go inside them because mostly it just felt like a waste of time. But now players have more incentive to fight over them to turn the tide of the game. I saw people on Twitter complaining, as they always do, about weapon variants being too overpowered like the campaign version of the Sentinel Beam. Now, I can't speak for all the weapons because I haven't tried them all yet, but for the Sentinel Beam at least, the ammo is really limited. You can only kill maybe 3 to 5 players before the ammo runs out. I don't believe people need to be concerned about it. It's quite fair in my opinion. Okay, next let's talk about King of the Hill. That's right, it's back. As we talked about in my previous video, the game plays differently than the original version. This time you fight over the hill and a meter at the bottom of your screen fills up as your team controls the hill. Whichever team's meter fills up first gets a point and the hill moves to another location. This keeps going on until the number of required points is reached by a team or the time runs out. As of now, I prefer the original style more, but I think I need some more time to judge if I really like this or not. And then there were some changes to the weapon balancing. The Ravager has now been buffed, which was absolutely needed. Full disclosure, I haven't played around with it yet, so I don't know if it's a viable weapon yet. Let me know in the comments if you guys had a chance to test it out. Is it better, or would you still just walk past it? The Banshee received a buff too, which I didn't think was needed, and people might hate me for it, but hey, just my opinion. Unfortunately, 343 went ahead and nerfed the Mangler as well. As we talked about before, I wish 343 would have taken a different approach to balancing the Mangler, but it is what it is. Okay, now some of the negative things about Season 2. There were a lot of unannounced changes like the removal of skill jumps, and the competitive community wasn't too happy about it. I don't feel too strongly about it, but I'm generally in the camp where if it doesn't directly negatively impact other players, it doesn't need to be removed. But I saw a lot of people go really wild with it. For example, the Actman related it to Halo 2's button combos, and I respectfully have to disagree with him. The comparison is apples to oranges. As much as I love Halo 2, and believe me I really do, BXR and BXB should have been patched out. Let's not forget, nobody had a problem when BXB was removed from Infinite's flight. It's comparing a skill-based jump with a glitch, it's not the same. Did the skill jumps have to be removed? Probably not, but I don't think we should compare it to a glitch like the BXR, which did negatively impact other players. I also think those were different times, and as we saw with Infinite, glitches like that are probably never gonna stay in today's day and age. Also, campaign speedrunning tricks and glitches such as the tank gun were patched out, and speedrunners were noticeably upset about it too. 343 has already responded to both of these issues, saying that they won't make any promises, but are aware of the community feedback and will investigate it internally. Alright, finally, let's try to end this on a more positive note. We also got a Rumble Pit playlist, which features various FFA game types, from your standard Slayer to things like shoddy snipers. I haven't had a chance to play around too much with this playlist, but I've been hearing a lot of positive feedback on the game modes, so it should be a lot of fun. Alright, so overall the additions are mostly positive. We have a lot of new content for now, but we need to remember that this season is going to be another 6 months. So 343 will need to keep delivering constantly with those drop pod updates. It will be critical for player retention so we don't end up like the way we did for the end of Season 1. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Season 2 so far. If you enjoyed the video, 619 that like button and subscribe for more Halo content. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Subscribe to Kaptain Karizzma.